we're talking about Donphan, the first elephant evolution and the first pure ground evolution in Gen 2. It's the only evolution of Phanpy, who evolves at level 25. It's also the first of 3 Pokemon to get a past and future Paradox Pokemon, the others being Volcarona and Cyclizar. Its previous PYC dates are October 15th, 1996, August 6th, 1999, May 27th, 2002, March 17th, 2005, January 6th, 2008, October 27th, 2010, August 7th, 2013, June 7th, 2016, March 29th, 2019, and January 17th, 2022. I most know Donphan as one of the Gen 2 Pokemon who appears in the anime before the release of the Gen 2 games. It's interesting to see the similarities and differences between Donphan and Phanpy. I wouldn't be surprised if you showed someone who wasn't a fan of Pokemon these 2 Pokemon and asked them if they were related, and they would say they weren't. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Donphan, the armor Pokemon, whose number is 0232. This is what it looks like. Its type is ground, ability sturdy, and Sandveil is its hidden ability, gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 60 or 14.8%. Breeding is a group field, hatch time 20 cycles, height 3'7" or 1.1 meters, weight is 264.6 pounds or 120 kilograms. Basic experience yield is 189 in Gen 2 through 4 and 175 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast, he yields 2, 1 attack and 1 in defense. Shape is that, footprint is that. Pokedex color is gray, and base friendship is 70. Donphan is a ground-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. It evolves from Phanpy starting at level 25. Donphan was officially revealed in the May 1997 issue of Koro along with Slowking and Ampharos. The Paradox Pokemon, Great Tusk and Iron Treads are said to be ancient and future relatives of Donphan, respectively. Biology: Donphan is a gray, proboscid Pokemon with a thick black band of hide running down the length of its back and extending to the tip of its long trunk. When this Pokemon curls up, the band resembles a car tire. This tough hide prevents regular attacks from inflicting even a scratch. A pair of white tusks, which are small on the female, extend from the corners of its mouth. It has thin elongated ears held out almost perpendicular to its body. Its 4 short legs are each encircled with a broken black band and have 3 toes. Donphan has the ability to curl up into a ball and violently roll around like a wheel. These rolling tackles are strong enough to knock down a house. While normally calm, Donphan can become enraged and start a rampage. Once it starts its rampage, it will be almost unstoppable. Donphan will chase after anyone who angers it. The Pokemon, the series Ruby and Sapphire episode, Date Expectation showed that this ability is further used as a form of courtship. The male Donphan have rolling competitions to demonstrate their toughness to the females. A Donphan's tough hide is so strong not even a car can scratch it. Despite this, the armor is extremely vulnerable to rain. In the Pokemon the Series episode, Roll On Pokemon, it is shown that Donphan has a keen sense of smell, capable of sniffing out a gem known as amberite, agate in the Japanese version. Donphan travels in herds with a ranking system. The larger its tusks, the higher its rank in the herd. It lives in rough, mountainous terrain. Both Great Tusk and Iron Treads share a resemblance to Donphan. Great Tusk is theorized to be Donphan's ancient ancestor from the dinosaur era, while Iron Treads is believed to be a descendant of Donphan or a scientific weapon sent to the Pokemon world by aliens. Evolution: Donphan evolved from Phanpy, Donphan. Game data: Pokedex entries in Gen 2 and Gold. It has sharp, hard tusks and a rugged hide. Its tackle is strong enough to knock down a house. Silver: the longer and bigger its tusks, the higher its rank in its herd. The tusks take long to grow. Crystal: because this Pokemon's skin is so tough, a normal attack won't even leave a scratch on it. For Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, Crystal inserted, get the Gold entry. But if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow inserted, get the Silver entry. In Gen 3, Ruby, Donphan's favorite attack is curling its body into a ball, then charging at its foe while rolling at high speed. Once it starts rolling, this Pokemon can't stop very easily. Sapphire: if Donphan were to tackle with its hard body, even a house could be destroyed. Using its massive strength, the Pokemon helps clear rock and mudslides that block mountain trails. Helpful. Emerald: a Donphan is so strong it can easily haul a dump truck. Its hide has toughened to a rock-hard state. An ordinary sort of attack won't even leave a scratch. Fire Red is the Silver entry, and Leaf Green is the Gold entry. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, it attacks by curling up, then rolling into its foes. It can blow apart a house in one hit. Heart Gold is basically gold, but Tackle is now the correct casing. Soul Silver is its silver counterpart. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinums. In Gen 6, X is basically Heart Golds, but Tackle is now capitalized. Y is the Silver entries, and Fire Red's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Donphan and Pokemon are now the correct casing. The Gen 8 Pokedex entry is its Diamond and Pearl counterpart. In Gen 9, Scarlet, Donphan is covered in tough hide, so even being hit by a car won't phase this Pokemon. However, it is extremely susceptible to rain. Violet, Donphan is normally a calm Pokemon, but once it is enraged, it will curl its body into a ball and charge at you while rolling. Donphan, the Paldea Pokedex, is rolling. That's kind of fun, or most of them are. This one's just kind of standing there. Maybe it's getting ready to roll into a ball. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. You get the Paso Berry 5% of the time. Stats, base stats, HP 90, attack and defense 120, special attack and special defense 60, speed 50 for a total of 500. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting, flying, ground, bug, ghost, steel, fire, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to water, grass, and ice for double, immune to electric, resistant to poison, and rock for half. Notes, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of electric-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up. We'll do this Evo here, and then go down to level 25. Upon evolution, you get Fury Attack, 30 Stomping Tantrum, 37 Scary Face, 43 Earthquake, and 50 Giga Impact. By TM, we're skipping. By breeding, we're skipping. By Forever Evolution, Vampy gives you Tackle, Flail, Last Resort, and Double Edge, but Double Edged one has a note. That was prior to Gen 3.0.0. Side game data, you got all this. Okay. Pokemon Ranger in the browser entry. Donphan rolls its body into a ball to charge. Its crash can shake things up. Guardian Signs, it triggers tremors to attack. Got this. Evolution data, Vampy, level 25 Donphan. Sprites, there's another one that's different from Japan than the international versions. So the difference is that this tusk thing isn't this color for some reason, and also the eyes are different. Yeah, those are the differences. Otherwise, like, I wasn't expecting this to be green and orange as, like, the thing that's now black. And this is sort of a greenish gray, for the body. Yeah, and the strides, and the back strides are kind of funny, because it's one of those where you can only really see part of the body instead of the majority of it. In Gen 3, it becomes this kind of... That's interesting. It's a different green and a different orange. It becomes kind of this, the main body, I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of a pinkish gray, I guess, and kind of a yellowish, greenish gray, almost an olive green, but not quite, kind of a light olive green, I would say. Mouth, anything fancy about that? Green mouth and red mouth there, and there's just sort of just this pinkish red, you know, that orange color, that thing. Yeah, the pinkish red color for the mouth. Tusks are maybe a little bit different. You can see more of the Vax, right? It's kind of fun. Yep. Okay, and Gen 4, so you've got the gender differences, longer, shorter, longer, shorter. More of the body, you can see now, you can see the tusks now on the Vax, right? This is a different kind of, this is much more closer to olive green, I'd say, for the body there, and this one's, I think it's basically the same. So Heart Gold and Soul Silver introduces the black and the gray that we now know. This is definitely a lot brighter for the shiny. Yep, does it... Oh, and we're keeping with the consistency that the nose is just that thing. It's not the body's color, it's just this one's color. The underside of the trunk, I mean. Black and white, get the full back sprites. You can see the full body now. It's kind of fun. Yep. Gen 6 introduces the models, so sort of a bluer gray now. That's definitely more like a dark olive green, maybe. Yeah, definitely darker colors all around. Sort of gray now. Yep. Pretty good. You know, pretty good models, I'd say. It's not much changes here. Got homes. That's very good. Very shiny. Wasn't expecting that. So shiny. The females, yeah. An animation. Donphan in Pokemon the series, Diamond and Pearl. A shiny Donphan in Pokemon the series, Ruby and Sapphire. Ash's Donphan is the big one. Got all these. Yep. Pokedex entries in episode 120 in Ash's Pokedex. Donphan, the armored Pokemon with its strong tusks and tough skin. Donphan is known for its powerful tackle attack. The length of Donphan's tusks indicates its level. In Advanced Generation, episode 114, in the same Pokedex. Donphan, the armored Pokemon. Donphan is the evolved form of Phanpy. They attack by rolling their bodies into a circle and charging their enemies. Advanced Generation, episode 154, in May's Pokedex. Donphan, the armored Pokemon. Donphan has razor-sharp tusks, armor-like skin, and enormous power. You got that. In the manga, Pokemon Adventures, Donphan and Pokemon Adventures, being pink and green. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, you got that. Pokedex entries and Pokemon Adventures in Chapter 96. The longer and bigger its tusks are, the higher it is ranked amongst its herd. Is Jiangyi's translation? All of these, in the TCG. Trivia, Donphan shares its category with Tyranitar. They are both known as the armor Pokemon. I read the second point in the Ursa Ring video. Donphan, Volcarona, and Cyclizer are the only Pokemon to have both a past and future Paradox counterpart. Origin, Donphan seems to be based on an adult elephant, possibly the pygmy elephant or the extinct dwarf elephant due to its relatively small size if compared to Copperajah. The ridges on its dark gray backside are similar to tire treads, causing it to resemble a spinning car tire when using its rollout attack. Its armored body may be a reference to war elephants that were trained by humans for combat. Donphan's ground type may come from the fact that elephants like to play in mud, or the tires always stick to the ground and are made out of rubber, which is known as a great insulator, fitting the electric type immunity. Name origin, Donphan, and Donphan may be a combination of Don, Spanish for lord or master, or Don, common suffix in names of prehistoric animals derived from the ancient Greek word for tooth and elephant. In other languages, related articles, references, let's move on. Now let's watch Donphan's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. In this film, we're towards the beginning, Ash is battling a trainer who has challenged him. The trainer is sending out their Donphan. I don't know if they'll be able to hear the audio since it's in the middle of a song, so that might have to be muted. We'll see. There's Donphan and Ash's Bulbasaur. And that is Donphan's first scene in the anime. That's Ash. Yeah, let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Donphan. Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. The question is, what do you love about Donphan? And number one Drizzile fan has responded. Thank you. They say, Donphan isn't especially cool, IMO, but turning it into a tire is pretty clever. Elephants are gray, large, and have tough hides. More creative than using an animal that already rolls up like a pillbug or armadillo. Nice shiny, too. Honestly, I think the best thing that Donphan did was lay the groundwork for Great Tusk. Thank you for your response. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Donphan. This is Donphan by Basinos Hansen. So, this is cool. It's basically just an elephant. It might even be a pre-existing elephant drawing and they just drew it like a Donphan, but still pretty cool, I'd say. You know, or maybe it's just a more realistic, it's an elephant, but with the patterns of a Donphan, I don't really know. But it's still pretty cool. This is Donphan by Danny, my brother. This sort of simplified Donphan. We saw the Phanpy one yesterday, so it's kind of fun to see their version of the Donphan here. Yeah. It's got all the components. It's very good. This doesn't contain a Donphan. Let's move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I need to wait until I've talked about Ho-Oh before I can catch a Phanpy to evolve it into Donphan. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Porygon 2. As always, this is my prompt outfit, and see me tomorrow.